My name is Charlie. Me and my family lived in Madison, Wisconsin, dead center in the capital. We were completely unprepared when the call came and said that they arrived in America. We had a plan. We knew where we were going to go. We were going to head up to Canada. We have family up there. They own a cabin in the middle of nowhere. We knew exactly where we were going to go. But the zombies, they spread. They spread like wildfire. Just a week ago, they arrived on the East Coast in New York, and they've already made it to the middle of Wisconsin. The call came, and the entire city just went frantic. They went ballistic. No one knew what was going on. All the stores were closing. They were getting broken into. Our car got stolen. The highways were jammed. No one could get through. It was awful. We had nowhere to go. We had no way to travel. No airplanes were running. No helicopters were running. We were completely stuck. We did what a lot of other people did. We decided to try to go to Walmart, but it was blocked off. There were rebels, they called themselves. They were blocking off the Walmarts, the Targets. We had nowhere to go. We ended up settling in a tennis complex, a place that me and my family went to play for years. I was incredibly familiar with the place. It turned out that was probably one of the best decisions that we could have made. This tennis complex, it was in the middle of a small neighborhood. Not a lot of people lived there. It was mainly for the rich snobs that, afforded hundreds of thousands of dollars of clothes and jewelry and stuff per year. But the tennis complex, it was in the middle of an open field with a parking lot, and that was about all that was there. It was a giant building filled with a bunch of open space to stay. It had a mini restaurant in there where a bunch of food was stored. It was practically the perfect place we could have ended up. It was kind of funny. Me, my family, and about 10 other families, I would say, we decided to set up in the middle of, I think it was court 7. We had all these ball machines that were facing towards the entrance, but instead of tennis balls, we filled them with these little metal, almost cannonball-like balls that we found in the back room. I was completely unaware why they had these cannonball-like things in the back room, but they worked perfectly for us. Anytime a zombie decided to walk through the door, we had these ball machines just chucking metal balls at them, and they just couldn't handle it. One shot to the head and they were done. And oh man, it was so perfect. The restaurant, we didn't have any cooks, but they had all this food there. All the food that could keep us lasting for at least 2 months at a time. And eventually people would go out scavenging for food around the different houses and such. And one more thing. This place had many hundreds of tennis rackets. There's all these secrets that this place had, like they had a back warehouse full of just hundreds of rackets and tennis balls and stuff. And in case you didn't know, if you slam a tennis racket into someone's head, it hurts. It hurts a lot. So in case anyone ever went out scavenging, they had a tennis racket. They had several tennis rackets on them that they could easily defend themselves with. It was just the completely perfect setup. But see, the problem with tennis rackets is they make a lot of noise. And the zombies, they kind of were attracted to the noise. Unfortunately, a horde heard the slamming of the tennis rackets on the concrete when we were celebrating over a recent victory over about 5 zombies that tried to penetrate our defenses. They came. They attacked. There was too many for the ball machines to handle. And unfortunately, we were overran. Only me and my younger sister were able to get out. My mom, my dad, about maybe 12 of the other families weren't able to make it. And we had to run into the fields. We eventually made it to a forest, but that didn't conceal us very well. I'm telling you guys this as a warning. If you ever go to a tennis facility in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, Please don't slam the tennis rackets on the ground. That's all I have to say.